It's Week 16 of the National Football League.
Here's Carlos Santos ready to get this one started. And off we go here on Sunday Night Football. Short kick taken just inside the 20. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They're led by their quarterback, originally drafted back in 2014, Jimmy Garoppolo.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he just looked indecisive. He didn't look like he was very comfortable operating within this system, and it led to a combination of poor throws and, frankly, a lot of bad decisions. I think he needs to stop just locking in on one guy, let the offense unfold, trust what the play caller and the game plan have established. I think if he can just operate the offense and not feel like it's all on his shoulders to create everything, I think it'll allow him to just take a little bit of a deep breath, let the game come to him, and have a lot more success than he did last week. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Maybe a couple there. It's third down. Jimmy G working from the gun here. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
Coming off a loss last time out, I think the number one goal today, Mike, is he needs to make a bigger impact on the outcome of today's game. Last week, he was not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it was really just a modest performance. He was okay. Well, okay at the quarterback position is not a winning formula week in and week out in the NFL. They need him to be a difference maker. They need him to be a dynamic playmaker. He's capable of all those things, and if we can get that level of play out of him today, I think they can expect a different result than last week.
Throwing on second down, Williams. That's over the middle, taken in by Laporta. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes third down. On third down, it's Williams from the gun. This one complete. Right side, it's Watson. 13 yards on that pass play. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
He'll take a shot for Watson.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. The motion man here is McClure. On third down, it's Williams. Throw to the sideline, well done. Good job with the feet, stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes they do, have the first down. On fourth down, it's Corliss Waitman out to punt. The veteran Robert Woods goes back to return. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Cowboys offense and Rashee Rice set to take over once more. He's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, hasn't he? You get a look at where he ranks in terms of receptions by a wideout. Jimmy G going to go play action here. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. First down, and they stick with Gibbs. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Play action now. It's Garoppolo. It's intercepted. He tried to take on Sauce, and Gardner took it away.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. And you're not going to get away with it at this level.
The Buccaneers offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. That's to the sideline and taken in by Kelsey.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Williams to throw on 2nd down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses now. Not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Got a man, it's Kelsey. Complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
That's about as big time as you get. There's a saying, Mike, that you really judge your quarterback by his ability to operate not only on 3rd down, but what they call 3rd and pass, meaning it's such a long down and distance, they have no choice but to air the ball out. And when you can convert 3rd downs at that distance, chances are you got a pretty big-time quarterback.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A play fake. Now Williams. In middle, he's got Kelsey. And he's going to be taken down at about the 30. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. We'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing again. Williams. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Tampa. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Makes the score Buccaneers 7, Cowboys nothing.
So 7-0 the score, and set now for the dynamic kickoff. A return coming from the 14. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
Jimmy G going to throw it here on first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. From the shotgun, it's Garoppolo. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. Now it's Garoppolo. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
Here we go.
They'll try it now with Gibbs. First down and more inside the 30. They get 18 yards on fourth down and a fresh set of downs.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
Got a man. That's Rashee Rice. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So we are through one on Sunday Night Football. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Arlington in a moment. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Here we go.
To throw is Garoppolo. That's over the middle and taken in by Odunze.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him. And instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now Garoppolo. The pressure's going to get there again. He's forced down once more.
I can appreciate the idea of keeping the play alive, right? Giving as much time as possible to your targets to uncover downfield. But you also have to play to your strengths. You got to know the type of player that you are. In this case, doesn't have quite enough speed to get away and probably should have just thrown it away.
And they're going to get him once again. He's under siege. That is 3 in a row. On fourth down, it is Pro Bowler Brandon Aubrey for the Dallas field goal. This officially a 58-yard attempt. This one off the upright. He had the distance, but it's no good. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. On second down, it's Williams. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Here's Corliss Waitman now, and he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Cowboys offense, Jahmyr Gibbs, set to get back on the field. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down. Second down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Gibbs. A pickup of 12 yards. That's good for a Dallas first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Now some movement up front. Flags down. Mistake-filled first half continues. They get the former first-rounder out of Northwestern, Peter Skoronski.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
They hand it to Gibbs. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. To throw, here's Garoppolo. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Jimmy G working from the gun here. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Jimmy to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. To throw is Garoppolo. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
The Buccaneers offense ready to see what they can do. They lead it here in the 2nd quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. On the move past the 40. And he will take this one in. 70 yards. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start of this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This one brought in at the 16-yard line. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Cowboys offense. And their running back set to go once more. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. Off the play fake. Here's Garoppolo. He'll send this one deep for Odunze.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
Here's 3rd and 2. They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. Here's Michael Dixon now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. The Bucs offense and Terry McLaurin heading out onto the field. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried in the first half, it hasn't worked. On the ground, they'll go with Hill. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. That's E.J. Speed getting in there to make the tackle. Looks to be an injured player, and oh no, it's Travis Kelce who is being looked at. Here's 2nd and 9. The man in motion is Watson. Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. Taking off.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short game.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. That's McLaurin open on the left side. For the visiting Bucs. They bounced back from the loss last week. Really put in a determined effort and will come away with the victory.